Hello, gorgeous people. How are we doing today? Oh, I'm just seeing where everyone's hopping on from. Hello, Karen from I can never say this, Nova Scotia, Canada. I hope I've said that right. I love the fact that you are joining from all the way over there. That's amazing. The internet really does come in handy, doesn't it? Hi Hayley, sitting here on your bed with the sun streaming in from the window on you. I love that. That sounds gorgeous. I'll be honest, I've had a morning of rushing around, so that sounds really perfect. I could do with being laid in my bed and streaming from there. Perhaps I need to do that tomorrow. Hi Dawn, how are you doing, lovely? Hi Marie, hope you are doing okay. Lovely to have you here. I can't believe we're on day 4. This week is flying by. Is it just me? It just seems to have flown. I can't believe how quickly it's just gone. So what I did want to do is have a bit of a check-in with you and say, how is it going? How are you finding it? If you have been completely new to meditation prior to this, how are you feeling after 3 days of meditating? Have you noticed any difference? Have you seen any improvement in your mood? Are you feeling a lot calmer? Are you feeling like you've got more space to draw on as and when you need it? Karen, no sun here, very grey, rain-filled day today. Oh dear. Oh. Do you know, it's really beautiful. It's a lovely clear sky on the island. Bright blue sky, but very cold. It's starting to, well, I say very cold. It's very cold by Isle of Wight standards, not by Canada standards, I should say. Dawn, you're doing really well. Yeah, I'm really good, thank you, lovely. Hi Melanie, lovely to have you here. It's going by in a blink. Time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it just? Gosh. See, time's relative. You can always make time for meditation. Oh, I can't see who said that. Let me see. Oh, do you know, sometimes the comments don't come up properly on here. Bear with. Oh, and I should turn off my notifications really, shouldn't I? Let me do that. Oh, I'm actually seeing the comments now, so that's good. Oh dear, what have I done? Doing something on my phone and it's all gone a bit skew-whiff. Okay, that's not going to plan. Bear with. Here we go. Let me go back here. I can see the comments better. So Melanie, you're seeing improvement. Sunny here, but cold. Dawn, you're new to it, and I have to say I can't wait for 12, as it's given me a new routine that's just for me and my well-being. This is going to be part of my day, as I can see some new benefits already. And isn't that amazing? I mean, it's literally been 3 days. So can you imagine how you will feel in 3 months, or 3 years, or 3 decades? You will be a changed woman. Melanie, putting lots in place, definitely helping. Dawn, sat in the caravan awning with heating on, but sun now beginning to hit the window. Wow, that sounds fantastic. Beautiful. Had a really productive afternoon yesterday after our meditation, hoping for the same today. I'm feeling more relaxed since doing the meditations. I wish we could keep this going for longer. Well, there is the option to look at the program. So has anyone had a chance to look at the program? Have a look at the option to work with me for 6 weeks, so we can really nail down your practice. So if that's something you really want, lovely, go check it out. it's going to be a beautiful 6 weeks. We have got a break in between for Christmas so that we're not, so it doesn't feel like a chore. And that's kind of something we're going to be diving into today. Sunny and cold here in Milton Keynes, much calmer here today. Fabulous. And Janet loving the meditations. I'm so pleased. I really am, because like I say, this is coming from a place of me just knowing how this has absolutely transformed my life. Going from feeling like my mind was running the show to now feeling like there's that Zen saying, isn't there, or Buddhist saying, where the mind makes a fabulous servant but a terrible master. And it's so true. And how often do we let our mind and our thoughts and our emotions just run away from us and take us over, and all of a sudden become the masters of our story. So yeah, really pleased to hear you're already seeing the benefits. Oh, sadly can't afford the program, but doing these 5 days has helped my anxiety and depression, and it's also helped my pain. Fabulous. So pleased to hear that. And it's unsurprising when you think that meditation, we think meditation is all about the mind. The truth is, and this is what we learn through Ayurveda, is it's not some separate entity to the rest of us. Our mind is part of the whole. It's part of the body. So if we're experiencing problems in the mind, we're also likely to be experiencing problems in the body. And if we're experiencing problems in the body, we're likely to be experiencing problems in the mind. So you will often see, when you work with either one of those, an improvement in the other. So it's often not this separate entity, which we often do, don't we? We say mental health and normal health, whereas actually it's all health. It's all us, how well we feel, whether physical or mental or emotional. It's all one. It's all us. So when you work with that, you will end up feeling good all round. So pleased to hear that. So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the masculine and the feminine. And when I use these words, I'm not talking about gender. I want to be really clear. This isn't about gender. It's about polarity. And we have these concepts in most traditions, most religions, most civilizations, this idea of yin and yang, or the mother and the father, or the black and the white. This kind of concept that there's these two elements that we're trying to keep in balance, and we need a bit of both of them. And this really applies to not only creating our meditation practice, so forming our practice, having the elements of the masculine, so the masculine being the real discipline, the structure, the part of us that sometimes need to give ourselves an internal kick up the bum, that part of us that sometimes needs to pull us out of our own kind of pity party that we might be having on internally. And then we also have the feminine side, which is in itself a bit of a polarity. The feminine side is more about flow, about ease, grace, letting go, surrender, embracing the moment, embracing the emotion, embracing the chaos. And with our meditation practice, we have to hold these two things equally while we're meditating. So one of the things I see that stands in the way so much with people when they're meditating is they either go too far into one of these elements. So they'll either be so far in the masculine, and this might look like, and in some ways this is really healthy and helpful, and especially when you're starting your practice, but it might look like I have to do my meditation at the same time every day in the same spot. I have to use the perfect pose. I have to work with this meditation until I get some great insight or breakthrough moment. It's very goal orientated, very like you're aiming for something. But then I also see people that slip perhaps too far into the feminine, which might be, oh, do you know what? I'm a bit tired today, so I'm just going to stay in bed for an extra half hour, and I might do my meditation practice later on tonight when I'm feeling more chilled, and I can relax then. And then it gets to that time of night, and it's, yeah, but I'm tired, so perhaps I'll just do it again in the morning. And then this will happen some days. Some days you'll be fine, some days not so much. So what we want to keep is this gentle balance of these two together. So we want to have that kind of inner paternal parent that comes online internally that we tap into, that says, no, I'm doing this, I'm sticking to this, it's really important to me, and I'm doing it for me. Not because I should, not because I'm aiming for like some huge goal, but because this is really important to me. And then there will be times when it's appropriate to drop into the more feminine aspect of that. So for example, as I mentioned at the beginning of this week together, when I first got into meditation, I was really struggling with rheumatoid arthritis. Half the time couldn't sit still very long, definitely couldn't sit in any kind of cross-legged position. So there were times when my whole body ached and my whole body felt like lead. And anyone that's had rheumatoid arthritis will know that feeling where, or if you've had the flu, you know that feeling where your body just aches from top to bottom and it feels like there's nothing in you to give. You've just got nothing left. So I would often have days where I just felt like that all day. So those days, I would still do my meditation practice, but I might do that laying down. And I would have to work even harder on maintaining focus. So there was a kind of give and take. So this is kind of how it shows up when we're forming our practice, but then it also is the case while we're actually meditating. So the kind of wounded masculine may show up during your meditation practice and say things such as, you're not doing this right, you're not trying hard enough, you had a thought there, you shouldn't have a thought there, you're not supposed to have any thoughts, let go of the thoughts, and can be a little bit harsh and expectations be very high. And ironically, this will completely disrupt your practice. This will completely take away any benefits that you will see from it. If you step too much into the feminine while in meditation, You might completely lose track of whatever anchor you're using, whether that's the breath or focusing on the body or a mantra. And just let it go and be like, oh, well, it doesn't really matter. So we need to hold these two things together while meditating. When you're first starting out, I would definitely recommend using a meditation that has an anchor at the heart of it. And what I mean by that is there's so many different meditations out there. And we've just skimmed the surface here this week. We've literally done very short meditations, real tasters, rather than full-blown meditation. However, when you're first starting out, I would recommend starting with something that is going to give your attention, you've got a focus for your attention. So whether that's the breath, a mantra, a sound, your senses, concentrating on the body. So many different ones out there, but those are really good ones to start with. Because then once you've got used to maintaining that focus, that level of awareness, you can go to the next level. And what I would say is the next level is where you can meditate without a particular focus. In Zen meditation, there's a meditation called the Unborn. And I don't think we'll do that today because it's likely to derail you if you're early in your journey. But the Unborn is the concept of just sitting in the moment and just experiencing whatever comes up, just with attention, just with curiosity, without judgment, and just noticing. However, it can take time to kind of hone in that level of focus. So I thought today we would work with a mantra. So another level of focus that will help you keep your masculine and feminine into some state of balance. So who here has worked with a mantra meditation before? I'll be interested to know. Oh, gone quiet. So mantra meditations, there's so many different ones out there. And there's different concepts behind them. So we have some where it will be like an affirmation. And the idea is that it kind of rewires the mind. So it's something that you will say over and over again, and eventually you start to believe it. That kind of fake it till you make it mentality. So most of you have done it. What I'll be sharing with you today is a Sanskrit meditation, a tantric meditation or yogic meditation really, that works on a different level. In Ayurveda and most Eastern traditions, we know that actually sound has a healing quality to it. And I think to a certain degree we know this, don't we? If you put on a piece of music, it changes the way you feel. If you want to get excited, you put on like kind of, if you're going out for the night, you'd have more party tunes going on rather than sad ballads. If you just wanted a nice relaxing Sunday morning, you might have a very different playlist to what you listen to on a Saturday night. And so this concept makes a lot of sense really. But it actually gets more subtle when you go into Ayurveda. There's this concept that you can use a mantra out loud, and the vibrational quality will be a little bit different to if you then say it quietly, and then if you say it internally. So that's what we're going to work with today, and we're going to start noticing the subtleties of a mantra. And we're going to use one of my favourite mantras today. And I think it's a beautiful mix of the feminine and masculine. It's got, it gives us that masculine focus. We've got something to focus on. But the words of this mantra have a real feminine energy to them. So a real beautiful concept behind them as well. So the mantra we'll be using today is called Aham Brahmasmi. Do not worry if you think you're getting the pronunciation completely wrong, or you're not saying it right. It doesn't matter. When anyone that's meditated with a mantra for a long time will know the words will get jumbled up. Sometimes the mantra sounds quiet, sometimes it sounds loud, even if you're saying it internally. Sometimes it will get all confused in your mind and you'll even forget what the mantra is. All of these things are perfectly fine. It will come back, and it will come back to you, and you might get to the end and realise you've been saying something completely different, but that's okay. So this is a different meditation I want you to have a play with today. See how this feels to you. And mantra meditation is especially good if you have a busy mind, if you are thinking back to the energies we talked about yesterday, if you have a lot of vata going on, if your mind is busy, if you have a lot of anxiety, a lot of overwhelm. This can be a great way to ease into meditation and slow that thought pattern down. Give that mind something to focus on. So I thought we would start by trying to do it out loud together. So if you're in a space where you can repeat a mantra out loud, please do, because I want you to play around with how it feels in the body as you say the mantra out loud. And then we will go quieter, and then we will go silent and say it internally. So how does that sound? Something a little bit different for you today. Something different for you to play with. So if you haven't already, get your nest ready. And do you know what? I've just realised I didn't do any of my housekeeping today. I should say a reminder to like the videos, comment on the videos, and comment on the post in the group each day for a chance to be in for the prize draw on Monday. I feel like I need to keep reminding you because I would forget. That is just me. And if you haven't already, don't forget to sign up for the mini retreat on Monday. There we go. Housekeeping out the way. So, get yourself comfy. Let's just dive into some meditation. And remember not to hold this like so tightly. This isn't about getting this right. It's not about being perfect with this, or think of it as using it with curiosity. This is just a experiment. See how it goes, see how it feels. So taking a moment to close your eyes and just bringing your awareness to the breath in the belly. And as before, just noticing the gentle rise and fall. Noticing how fast or slow that rhythm is for you today. Looking at the breath with curiosity. Seeing if the rhythm is steady or perhaps a bit more chaotic today. Either way is absolutely fine. Not trying to change or control. Noticing how deep the breath is in the body today. Where is it most strong? What kind of texture does the breath have in this moment? Is it smooth and flowing? Is it jittery or stilted? And watching how it changes with each new breath. And gently saying outside of yourself now, out loud, Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. And one more time. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. And taking a moment to notice, how does that feel in the body? Aham Brahmasmi. Where do you feel those words as you say them? Aham Brahmasmi. And whispering it to yourself now. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi. And how does that feel in the body? Does it leave a different vibration? A different energy behind? And gently chanting the mantra internally to yourself now. I'll join you for the first few rounds. You may want to time the chanting with the rhythm of the breath. On each out breath, chanting Aham Brahmasmi internally to yourself. Aham Brahmasmi. And if you wish, you can also add on the interpretation. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe. 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 And continuing now at your own pace, chanting Aham Brahmasmi. Aham Brahmasmi, I am the universe. Gently repeating the mantra, holding your focus lightly. Noticing if at any point the mantra slips away or thoughts take over. Maybe your body tries to create distraction through discomfort or itch or pain. And just gently redirect your attention back to Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. And taking a moment now to put your hands on your heart space. And I just want you to take a moment to consider where maybe in your meditation practice or in the wider part of your life, where may your masculine be taking over? Where are you clinging on too tightly to control? Where are you enforcing structure where it's actually limiting you? Where may you need a bit more feminine flow? And on the other hand, considering where is the feminine taking over? Where do you keep letting yourself off the hook? Where you know you're not doing something that's important to you? Where are you perhaps overindulging? Where do you need a bit more of the masculine? And what might you need to put into place to allow this to happen? Maybe where you need to say no, where you need to say yes, where you need support, or where you need time to yourself. How can you readdress the balance? And taking a moment to thank yourself for showing up for you today, for doing the difficult part, for being here, for making the time, making the effort. Give yourself a bit of gratitude for that. And then perhaps sending out some love to the gorgeous people that are joining you here today, for forming this community with you. And notice how that love is being flown back to you as well. Allow that to fill you up. And as and when you're ready, slowly opening your eyes. And seeing the comments coming through. Oh, how did you find that one? And I've just seen a comment and I can't see who said it because StreamYard isn't showing me your name. But someone said, it's overwhelming knowing all the different meditations I have to read up on. The thing is, lovely, you could literally spend your whole life researching different meditations because there is so many. The main thing is to find the one that you love, the ones that serve you at certain times. So for me, there's different meditations I draw on depending on what it is that I'm looking to achieve, really. If I've had a very masculine focused day, a very go 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 day, then something like a body scan might be beautiful, might be just medicine I need. If I find my mind is completely overwhelmed, then I might turn to a really simple counting breath or mantra meditation. If I'm looking to really dive into self-discovery, I might turn to a Zen koan. If my energy is off, I might turn to an energy meditation. So think about what it is that you're trying to achieve. What is your why? Remember, going back to day one, what is your why for being here? Okay. Janet, beautiful. Wash the grief right out of me for now. You are so welcome, lovely. Can we just say the words, I am the universe? Did not like saying it out loud, but love it as a whisper and internal. And yeah, that's really interesting. Dawn, I would work with what feels good for you. In Sanskrit, the words, I could spend a whole class on this. The words in Sanskrit do carry a vibrational energy to them. And I might show you something about that in a minute, but if the words I am the universe really connect with you and you find that less distracting, then stick with that. And actually where you say, you don't like saying it out loud, but love it whispered and love internal. In Ayurveda, actually, sometimes the more subtle something is, the more powerful it is. So actually with seed mantras, we generally only say them internally because that's where the power lies. So really interesting that that felt really right for you. Oh, I've just lost where we are. Haley said that was beautiful. Let's have a look. Marie, you could feel it in the crown. Wow, beautiful. You preferred the feeling of the energy with the whisper, but saying it in your head made you picture golden light come down on you. Beautiful. Love that. Oh, I'm so pleased you enjoyed it. Who was it that said, I really enjoyed yesterday's meditation? So that was the energy meditation. So that might be what you need, lovely. Had yellow warm glow, then lovely purple hearts. Beautiful. I do love this mantra. There's I don't know, even saying it, I think it has a beautiful vibration to it. Aham Brahmasmi. But what I will do actually is just building on what I was saying about the vibrational qualities of different words in Sanskrit. If we think about the word Om, and actually it's, if we think of the spelling of A-U-M being Om, if you think about how you say that, notice where in the body you feel it, and it almost has a, you will literally feel it going down to the bottom and up. And if you think about where your energy centers are, in the middle of the body, your chakra system, without going too off course, then that is why that is the sound of the universe. It connects everything. I could go into that all day, but I'm not going to derail. But yeah, we go into that more in the 6 weeks together. We've got a whole week just on mantras, because it's there's so much to learn, so much to cover there. You could spend your whole life just studying mantras. So I really hope you enjoyed that today. I also really want you to start thinking about this gentle dance between the masculine and the feminine, the achieving and the being, the doing and the just being still. And think about where you might have some imbalances going on, whether that's on or off the cushion. And think about how you may want to start addressing those. This was a big thing for me. My masculine was so running the show 6 years ago. It was achieving, it was doing, it was having, it was getting, giving. The thing is, our feminine, our natural feminine energy is all about receiving. And this is why I was ending up feeling resentful, because it was all going out. Nothing was coming in. Well, that's how it felt, because that's where my focus was. So start to have a play around with this in your life. Start to think about, okay, how much am I giving out as opposed to receiving? Where am I spending energy rather than restoring it? And in my meditation practice, where am I being either too strict or not giving, or giving myself perhaps a bit too much of an excuse to just not show up? And it's a really simple question, but can give you so much medicine. So one, for those of you that journal, this is a great journal question. So I leave you to play with that today. For those of you that want to dive more into this, I can't believe we've only got a day and a bit left. So tomorrow I'm putting aside time mainly for your questions. So I'll put a post in the group later on and just say, you know, what questions are coming up for you? What have you struggled with? What do you feel like you need some more answers around? And then we can go through those tomorrow with a final meditation before the mini retreat on Monday, where we will be bringing together all of these meditations into a lovely, beautiful experience together. Bearing in mind everything you've experienced during this week, just imagine it all coming together, and yeah, be lovely. Okay, So if you haven't already, go have a look at the program. If this is something that you just think, I want so much more of this in my life, there's so much more I want to know, I really want support to get this into place, then go have a look. And the details are in the group. Melanie can't seem to find the mini retreat. It is in, I'll tell you what, bear with me, lovely, and I will see, check me out multitasking. I will see if I can post the link. Oh, actually, it won't let me post links on here. I will post the link after I close this down, and I will put it in the comments. So if not, you can just scroll through the group and have a look. Oh, Hayley, you're looking forward to tomorrow and the retreat next week. Me too, lovely. Have a gorgeous day. Oh, do you know what we haven't done? I was too relaxed from the meditation. We haven't done our card. So let's pull a card for today. Today I have the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. Yeah, we can't go without a card. I love the fact everyone seemed to notice before me. It was only that I saw it out the corner of my eye. Not sure I like this card. We'll see. And the card for today is Clean It Up. Can you see that? My light's shining. Oh dear, I'm not very good at that. Clean it up. See, the cards have told you. You're going to have to go off in spring clean now. Let's see what it says. I'm hoping it's not literal. Get to the core of the situation. Freedom from a burden. Cleaning house and sweeping away what is no longer needed. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Sam, I'm guessing that's you. My craft room is a mess. Bless you. Ever feel so bogged down with emotional gunk that you can't think straight? Could you be surrounded by physical clutter in your house? Too much work? ? Overwhelmed? Time to clean house? Every item out of place matters. Every unresolved resentment, every comparison to others that leads to a sense of lack takes up energetic space. Every unpaid bill just adds up to the unnecessary feeling of being overwhelmed. Now is the time to free yourself energetically and clean house. Just do it. Make room as miracles are lining up for you. Oh, very true actually. And that does make me think of those times early on when I was creating and forming my meditation practice. And actually the days that I didn't do my meditation practice, not only did I not feel great, but there'd be that sense of letting myself down that I would then carry with me through the rest of the day. And that heaviness really wasn't worth it. So, yeah. Hayley, yes, all of this, getting everything in order, exactly what I'm working on right now in all ways. Beautiful, love it. So, this time I really am going. I will see you tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Reach out if you have any questions. I will put a thread in the group to ask what's your questions you want me to cover tomorrow. Make the most of it, because you know it's not often you have someone that you can just ask all your meditation questions to. And in the meantime, if you're looking for ongoing support, go have a look at the program. and sign up for the mini retreat for Monday. Okay? Take care. Have a gorgeous day. I am sending you so much love. And I'll make sure we do something really special for our last day tomorrow. Take care.